have already been designated as a Madison County community, as a Purple Heart community. And so Ms. Henry, she has something special that was produced by her family member, and we want to present that this evening to the county and to the county commissioners, and she's going to talk about that now.
Very briefly, I come from a long line of veterans, beginning with the American Revolution. Most recently, a veteran in my family, my brother, a good old Greenville boy, served in Vietnam. And he has been he was decorated. And over the last few years, he has been a national advocate for veterans, working primarily through the VFW. He started a project a few years ago and had commissioned limited edition prints that tell the history of the Purple Heart and service stripes. And as you may know, General Washington and General Orders had these begun in 1782 at the end of the American Revolution, and that it was revived about 200 years later. At any rate, my brother and I have made a project of presenting these limited edition prints to cities, counties, and organizations that have proclaimed themselves Purple Heart entities. So if you would bless us by accepting this, paying tribute to all veterans, men and women, who have served our country honorably from our Madison County, and particularly those who have received the Purple Heart, we'd be most grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. We're honored.
I would also like to request, we have a vacant wall just outside the door here. If we could use that to hang this, and we have Lee, Greenville, Madison County, and the city of Madison have all been designated as, and they've done proclamations. And we would like to hang them out there as well as this to show that we are a Purple Heart County.
I think that'd be a good idea.
I think that's great. Yeah.
And we want to remind everyone that Monday is Memorial Day. We will be having a program out at the gazebo at 11 o'clock a.m. and should be an exciting county program. And we're going to have hot dogs and apple pies as well.
Very good.
I want you to come.
Very good.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Christian. Thank you, Oliver. Yes, sir. Glad your terms again.
I'm too short for this.
Chairman.
Friend here.
Is it straight?
1, 2, yeah, it looks straight, looks good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you.
Want to let me stand in. Want to let me stand in the front. Good to see you. Always want to see you.
Thank you very much. All right, tell me who's your brother and brother. Okay. I was thinking about what to do about the fight. Yeah, man.
Well, it's good to see you. Thank you.
Stay on task here, we might as well go on down to number 3 in the new business. Discussion regarding fencing and portion of Northeast Empress Tree Avenue for school safety. Mr. Ben Kellebrook. Step forward.
Good evening. Thank you for allowing me to come this evening. What we were stuff. We also, within this loop, have went and spoke with the parents or the residents of that area to basically get their opinion and see what they have to say. The short version of what I'm asking, this is the school site here, this 145. What we're asking is that we be able to fence across here, all the way up here into here. So basically, you would block the road here, here, and here. And then, of course, it'd have a gate, and we would open up during school time. However, once kids get in there, we'll shut it down with the exception of this area. Now, probably the best thing to do too, instead of you per se giving us the property as far as the school, we're not asking that. We're just asking if you will allow us to fence across there and take that area in. And if, for whatever reason, if it ever were to happen, which I don't see it, but I mean, just in case it did protect y'all, if that school went away from the public school setting, then you basically, it's yours anyway, but then you take it back over. So that way, that would be as fair as, I think we could be. And the short version, that's what I'm coming to y'all and asking your permission if you would allow us as a school district, we'll put the fence up, of course, y'all have to do that. I mean, if you want to, you're more welcome, but, we've got funds that we'll do that with. So that's,
The property owners to the west, none of their drives are on where we want to close, right?
no, sir, there's none here. Actually, this house that's here, they enter from over here. So it's right here, so you'd still be able to go this way, here, and then block here. And then, as far as the area for the church, there's plenty of parking up here, for the congregation and stuff, so that wouldn't affect any of those type things. And we would like to, if permitted, to be able to do this during the summer. Which would be kind of hard to do before school's out anyway, seeing March, like I said, school. But that's, that's our intention, so that when school rolls back in, we already have things in place, because as you know, it's a lot easier to deal with things right off the beginning than you modify that midstream. Yes.
Mr. Reeves, may I ask a question? Is this going to our public hearing?
You are so authorized.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move that we go ahead and start the road closure procedure process on this request.
I'll second it.
All right.
Discussion on that.
All right, yeah, okay, I have a motion and a second for discussion. Go ahead, Mr. Commissioner.
So Tom, you don't see no problem with it?
I think we probably don't need to do a true road closure. If you close, the problem with a closure is, see, when you close a road, then what happens by operational law is the two property owners now get title to the center. So if we close the road, they wouldn't have that whole piece of property, the road zone to travel anymore. I think what you do is, we would just enter into an agreement that the school district is allowed to fence that section of road and open it and close it as they see fit for the purposes of the school. You will gate it. And we're not just putting up gates, now y'all are gonna fence the
Yeah,
road.
there's
as well.
gonna be a gate across here, and the fence will come down,
Right.
gate here, fence down, and gate here, so it basically will be closed in for the school to give us a little bit more buffer.
So we just entered an agreement that allows them to do it. It's similar to what the city did, with, Gordon.
Well, if that's the case, I guess I need to withdraw my motion.
And I think, we have to have a written agreement, so we can certainly get that done by our next meeting if y'all want, and we, give everybody time to look at it. And have it here, and I'm envisioning something that'd be real simple. It would say that the school board is gonna have the right to fence and to gate that property, they're gonna control access to it. I think the school board would be responsible for any damages or anything like that.
It'll be closed during business, school hours, and then
Well,
open.
Correct, and well, at night, we'll shut down, we'll
For
lock it.
public safety reasons.
Correct, we shut down, it would, for all practical purposes, be a part of the school campus, so it would be locked down. And during the day, we lock
Sure.
down these two, and just leave this one to come in and
I have one question.
Yes, sir.
What is it gonna do different than what is already done there as far as the fencing is concerned and access to the school site is concerned?
What's it gonna do? One is gonna control your points of entry to here to funnel into this area, and then we're able, you know, as we'll leave
Just for
buses.
vehicular traffic then? I mean, your foot traffic onto the school side already has, it's already controlled, there's one gate that's.
Yes, it's gonna slow down it's gonna stop your vehicular traffic, and it also will funnel everybody to right here.
And when you say lock down,
Lock.
are you gonna lock the gate at night?
Yes, sir.
All right.
That's not
That's the
good.
intent.
Well, what if there's a fire and somebody needs to get in there too?
It would be no different than the way the school is now. You'd either cut the lock, run over it, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Like this area here, y'all have an LZ right here, but you go right here to go into the LZ, so I mean, we don't.
So the south, the east, and the north boundaries, are they fenced?
All the way around?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I think it's the same as, for instance, the high school.
All our campuses are fenced.
If there's a fire at the high school in the middle of the night, you got a lock on that front gate, and correct me if I'm wrong, but firemen don't even slow down much for locks. They get cut them.
Well, they have the Knox thing, but I mean, they probably just run over the gate anyway.
Okay.
So is the intent when the school hours, or if you, outside of school hours, it'll still be closed and locked?
The way I understand it, the gates will be open during loading and unloading times.
Absolutely.
And then other than that, they'll be closed. Then any entrance into the school will come into the main office area.
What was?
Well, I can, excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Go ahead.
I just think from the school safety perspective, especially what's been going on in the legislature and all around the state, and I, everywhere I go, hardening of the schools, and I know the sheriff would probably agree with this, we could put all the school resource officers and their guardians and everything out there, but until we harden our schools, and there's a lot of parents out there will argue with me about, well, we don't want it to look like a prison. Well, you know what, we need to make sure our kids are safe. You know, I think this is a step to harden the school, and if that's what it does, then.
Well,
To be honest with you, if I could, as I go back when we had the PTO meeting or SACS meeting, y'all may refer to it more as PTO, remember more of that. I was looking back from